Growing up, I always had an interest in golf. I loved being outdoors and competing against like-minded people. I played all throughout middle school and high school, and I tried to play at least once a week to this day. I always thought of golf as a sport with spiritual aspects, but I wasn't well educated on the role that religion plays in many famous golfers' lives. At golf's highest level, there is a wide variety of different religious perspectives. For example, the largest majority of high-level golfers are Christian. Many Christian players feel like their religion has helped them become better golfers. According to two-time Masters champion Bubba Watson, the Lord couldn't care less whether I win or lose. What matters to him is how I play the game. Obviously, a few years ago, I was struggling with that. I was really angry on the golf course, and I've changed a lot. Changed who I am as a person. Many high-level Christian golfers, such as Bubba, seem to find the sentiment that God doesn't care how you play to be very helpful on the golf course. If a player's value is not determined by whether or not they win, it allows them to play with more freedom and feel less pressure, which is huge in a mental sport like golf. Golfer Kevin Streelman tells a very similar story. The thing with Christianity is it's tough for us to understand that whether you're Mother Teresa or the Boston Bombers, God loves us all the same. We all fall short of his perfection, and that's the reason the gospel happened and Jesus had to come down to save us. When you wrap your mind around that, I think it kind of frees you up. No matter what, he loves us incredibly much, and he's got our back no matter what. Debatably the greatest golfer ever, Tiger Woods, was raised to be a Buddhist. According to Tiger, people probably don't realize it, but I was raised a Buddhist. I actively participated in my faith from childhood until I drifted away from it in recent years. Tiger said that Buddhism teaches that a creation of things outside ourselves causes an unhappy and pointless search for security. It teaches me to stop following every impulse, and I learn restraint. Obviously, I lost track of what I was taught. Another one of the best golfers in the world is Adawit Janewatnam. He spent time as a temporarily ordained monk in Thailand. After turning professional at the age of 15 and a number of difficult years, Janewatnam took a break from golf to ordain as a Buddhist monk in 2016. Janewatnam credits much of his success to the time he spent as a monk because it helped him find peace. Another one of the greatest golfers of all time, Vijay Singh, was born in Fiji and grew up practicing Hinduism. Many Hindu golfers such as Vijay share similar ideas as the Christian players in the fact that their religion allows them to play with less pressure because the golf doesn't determine their value. Many golfers from various religions have started to incorporate Buddhist meditation into their daily regimen to try to center themselves and improve their focus. Dr. Joe Parent is a famous mental coach and author. He has coached several elite pros, including Christian players, in what he calls mindful awareness training. According to Dr. Joe Parent, Buddhist psychology is not the same as Buddhist philosophy. Psychology is about how the mind works and how we experience reality. We work a lot with the breath as an anchor for being in the present moment. When players come to me, it's because they recognize a special kind of insight that isn't the usual way of thinking. Another major famous golfer, Webb Simpson, who is a very outspoken Christian, said, "Will I ever work with a sports psychologist? Possibly. A lot of my friends who are believers go to guys like Dr. Rotella and Dr. Coop all the time." A new golf tour called LIV was created recently, and it is causing much uproar. It was funded by the Saudi Arabia government. Saudi Arabia is a Muslim state, and citizens are not allowed to publicly practice any other form of religion. Even the Muslim Shia minority faces severe discrimination for their own religion. Various different Christian players have started to move on to this new tour, the most famous of which are Harold Varner, Bubba Watson, Matt Wolff, and Bryson DeChambeau. However, many prominent religious figures in golf were against any players moving to this new league. Brandel Chamblee, golf announcer and PGA Tour player, said about Bryson DeChambeau, "More recently, he's been talking about how he's found God and become a Christian. I just wonder how he squares accepting money from a regime that is anti-Christian." He went on to say that you can't pull a Bible out without going to jail in Saudi Arabia. They're misogynistic, they're anti-Semitic, and there's no freedom of speech. In conclusion, there's a wide variety of different religious perspectives among the greatest golfers in the world. And although this creates some turmoil, a common understanding is starting to develop between players that come from different religious backgrounds. I think to help further this understanding, we have to find areas where interests overlap, such as Buddhist meditation being used to help golfers focus.